Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, November 11th, 11/11. We're starting this at 11 o'clock just to be cute. I have with me today the all-star small Nibiru channel focused team. DJ, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing great. Alex Lujan.
Doing okay. How about yourself?
Daisy, how are you?
I'm doing swell, thank you.
And our special guest today is Nibiru freedom fighter. Will, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. Pleasure to be here, Steve.
Right on. So thank you for stepping in. Our featured guest today was going to be China Mrs. Jones, but unfortunately and strangely, I will say, she had a compound fracture in her leg yesterday and is in surgery right now. So we'll all have to pray for China Mrs. Jones. And, just our prayers go out to you, honey. We're going to get you back on here. And you're going to get back on the show there. You didn't miss your opportunity, man. We'll get you on here probably several times. We just love you. And you know who really,
absolutely.
Yeah, you know who really loves her is Naughty Beaver. I think he's got a crush on her. So anyway, let's get started. So one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you about, Will, and before we get into the photographs and the different things we're going to talk about, you and I, they have been working really hard against you and I getting and coming together. Can you kind of talk about what your experience was with that?
Well, they did not want me doing this show. They were pretty they made it pretty aware that if I was to do this show, that something bad was going to happen to me and my channel once again. And I don't, I know why they don't want me doing this, because they don't want us all coming together. They don't want the smaller channels coming together with the bigger channels, because the more people we have, the harder it's going to be to just shut us up. So
right. So in these tactics, I want to get into this just a little bit in detail, and we're not going to promote any of the evil sites by doing this, right? Daisy, did you have a comment?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay, remember when you raise your hand, that means you have a comment.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, let me try, and then Will, you correct me if I'm wrong. But
all right.
Every time that you tried to reach out to me, like when your channel went down, you tried to reach out to me, and we didn't get a chance to connect on it and things like that. But what happened right after your channel went down? What messages were you getting from what I'm going to call deep state operatives?
Just basically stay off of YouTube. They said, every time I start another channel, they're just going to terminate that one, and they're just going to keep terminating every friggin' channel I have. They do not want me on YouTube because they know I'm not afraid to speak the truth, and they know if I see bull crap, I'm going to call it out. So they're afraid of me. That's what I'm getting out of all this, is that they're afraid of me and my mouth, basically, because they know I have a hard time keeping my mouth closed. And I'm not afraid to tell everybody what I see and what I feel. And they know this. Mm-hmm. So they're going to do everything in their power to stop that from happening, right, including harassing every one of my family members and everything like that. So, but I've already warned all of my family. They know of my business on YouTube. I've already told them that trolls might try contacting them, this and that. So I basically got nothing to be afraid of.
No, you don't. But who did they try to blame the shutdown of your channel on?
You. They tried to blame you. They said you were the head person involved with taking my channel down. And the excuse they gave me was basically, you didn't want me as an up-and-coming channel because you were afraid of the stuff I was going to say out of my mouth. So you had my channel shut down on me.
So now let me illustrate, guys. These are not... you think you could say, oh gosh, that's just a bunch of trolls picking on you. But we actually had a guy that's experienced in MK Ultra type techniques. I use MK Ultra. That's not the term that he uses for the training that he went through. We had him evaluate all these different conflicts that were going on. These are deep state tactics, and they're well planned. Okay. And one of the classic techniques is what they try to do is they'll try to get us to hate each other or not trust each other. And they do that through, like in the back door, what they'll do is they'll say something like, oh, that Nibiru freedom fighter just put up a bad video about you. And he might have just mentioned WSO when he was angry or something like that. And then I'll be like, oh, that and then I'll put up a video, and then he'll put up a video, and
That's what they want.
that's what they want. But guess what, guys? They're going to lose. They are going to lose. And then we'll get into the show here in just a second now. And did you have any other final comments, Will, about all that?
Oh, no, I basically said it all. They don't want me talking to you. They don't want me on your show. They don't want me. They want me off of YouTube.
Right. And that's ultimately what they want us to do is they want us to get discouraged and hopeless and think that nobody's working with us. Nobody agrees with me. And even if they believe in Nibiru itself, even if they're a researcher in Planet X, I'm still an outsider. I'm still an outcast. It's still hopeless, right?
Yep.
And so, guys, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to tell everybody in the WSO world, listen, if there is an accusation ever leveled against a researcher, stop, think, why are they making these accusations, okay? Slanderous accusations. Everything that was said about me last week was slanderous, and we won't go there. I don't want to talk about it. But I just will say that I can't believe the level of slander that they go to. I just cannot believe it. And it's all designed to get me depressed and like, oh, why would I even do this? Why would I even get on the air anymore and do this stuff, man? I'm just going to get slandered, and my family's going to be drugged through the mud, and et cetera, et cetera. Well, I'm just going to put out there, I do not consent, and I will not participate in that. Guys?
Nope, me neither.
Okay, Daisy, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I agree with that. I feel like there has been a larger group of people that have tried to keep us away from one another. And it's a shame because there are, we are all pieces to the puzzle, and we all do have information that the other might not have, So of course they want to keep us separated, and of course they will do what it takes. You know what I mean? And it's really sad the lengths that some people go to keep us from one another. It really is.
Up to and including the use of handlers, okay? And I will admit, and I'm not going to say who, you can probably figure it out. I was handled for about the first 6 months of the growth of WSO. I'm just going to say it.
I believe it.
I fell into it. And when I really started to figure it out was when this individual or individuals were attacking my faith. Like, Jesus Christ isn't real, right? He didn't ever exist.
Oh, my.
And so to me, and if you guys don't, if you profile Steve Olson, Jesus is so critical to me. It's like, it's my whole life. It's my lifeblood. I can't live without him, And if they need me to separate from that, then they had me. See what I'm saying? Because
they tried to have you.
Right. My strength comes from that, right? And I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to push my religion on anybody. I'm just saying, me personally, my connection to the Creator came through him, okay? And I hope that you find it too, anybody that's watching this. But again, that's up to you. That's your own personal decision, And DJ, what do you got to say about it?
All I know is there are so many traps you can fall into out there. You got to pay very close attention to what you're dealing with and what is being presented to you, especially online. Don't trust anything in a digital format. Anything that's got a computer voice behind it, don't trust it because it's lying to you and trying to lead you down the improper road. All these beings that are out there channeling the so-called higher self and everything else, they don't know what they're talking to. They have no clue.
You're right.
There are forces on both sides of this at work, and we have to decide what we're going to do because God the Father will never step on free will. He won't.
Never. Nope. See, that's one of the things that convinces me it's real because it's always my choice.
Yeah, and I can only speak to 100% without a doubt what I have felt in my spirit, in my soul, and it has been confirmed by the mouths of 2 or more witnesses. That's all I can guarantee.
Well said. Alex, what are your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you guys all. All this stuff's going on, like what Daisy said, they don't want us, getting together with all our information. Basically, main thing is for us to stick together. Like I've been telling everybody, we all need each other because no one's going to be there for one of us. No one's going to be there for you, Steve. No one's going to be there for DJ. No one's going to be there for Daisy. No one's gonna be there, for whoever else is out there. We all need each other. That's the reason why when you were bringing it up earlier, right now, I really don't want to get into whatever happened on radio over there, because it already happened. It's done said, and all the slandering, whatever they said isn't even true, because no one knows us. No one knows us personally.
Well, I've gotten to know you, Alex, and when you get attacked as viciously as you've been attacked, it breaks my heart, because you're one of the, I don't know, you have one of the most sensitive, gentle hearts of anybody I've met in this community, and I know how much it hurts you, man. I really do. I get it. But you got to know, man, especially this little group right here, we love the living out of you, man. We love you, man.
Love you guys too. Love you guys too.
It's so true. It's very true.
All right, let's get on to some PX stuff. I'm going to show you guys an image, and then I know, Alex, you've got some stuff lined up right now too. But I'm going to show you guys something from this morning. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, can see it.
Do you guys see this double refraction down here?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So the first thing I'm gonna pick the most controversial thing I can possibly pick, right? Which is the existence of a sun simulator. Okay. We tried to get Jeff P too, but Jeff is busy this morning. Saturdays are hard for him. But Jeff just did a video yesterday, guys, that everybody's got to go check out. I'll have the link below. He conclusively proves not only is there a sun simulator, there's also a moon simulator. And you might ask,
I believe it. I believe it.
I believe it. I got a photo. Okay, I'll tell you the reason why I believe it. When you take
I
a
caught
picture,
2 moons.
when we took a picture of the moon back then and now, we never got a lens flare off a moon. Never ever supposed to get a flare off a moon. Now you're getting a lens flare. I got a photograph to there, back that up.
Me too.
right?
Hey, did anybody see the videos I put up the other night? You could literally, I was watching shadow figures walking like on a glass floor in front of the moon, up in the sky. Like I was down below the water, watching someone walking on the surface. It was crazy.
Wow.
All right, so next image now, though, it's this one right here. This was from the 9th. And, here we go with that deep stake thing again, right? Alex, you and we got...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Remember? You know what I'm going to say.
Got burned.
Yeah. And what's happening is there's constant eclipses going on, guys. And especially on October 24th when we got punked, there was eclipses going on, and I have proof of that. They desperately wanted to discredit anything that had to do with eclipses from the sun from these channels. Alex?
I agree with you.
So Hillary sent me this from, hi Hillary. She sent me this, and it's from the United States. That's all I'm going to say where she is. But what does that look like to you guys?
Looks like a small
Looks like an eclipse.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to the next thing. Now this is the one that I wanted to get to because this one made me lose my lunch yesterday. I'll mute the audio on it. This is probably the most conclusive footage I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
The plasma is out of control. Let me just say that. You can see it. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Now, everybody's like, if you're not a trained eye, you might just go, well, what's here? Guys,
right.
What we're talking about is this like big orb right here.
Yep.
And, and let me just kind of just let that play. But this big, look at the features on it and the
It looks like a planet.
Yeah.
See, I'm in agreement with the Jeff P thing. I really honestly am believing that we have a sun simulator. I do think that the planets are being pulled out of view or whatever it may be, whether it's machinery, planets, whatever, whatever we're seeing, it's definitely our view is being obfuscated for sure. They're doing something to mislead us or, they're trying to hide the signs in the skies. It's crazy.
It is super crazy. Now you say, well, is that the sun that's in front of it? Right? And the answer is, see this little dot right here?
Mm-hmm.
That proves that it's a prism.
Mm-hmm.
And it is in front of this object. This is not the sun, you guys.
Really?
Well, it would diverge the light out and when you can't see the light receiving in your eye, you would get nothing.
And you go, Steve, well, that's crazy. No, it's not crazy. And here, let me tell you why. Like if I'm at a camp, let's say we're all camping, it's nighttime, right? And all of a sudden I just flash a huge bright light in your face. Are you going to see anything behind me?
No.
That's the idea. It's as
That's
simple
why
as
cops hold it up and shine the light in your eyes.
it's illusion and magic.
Ah, I get it now.
I agree with the moon too. I honestly really do believe that there could be a moon simulator. It's never been so bright. I've been using the same camera literally for probably about 3 or 4 years, and it's now the pictures are absolutely different. I am getting a flare, and it's like, since when? Really?
I'm not 100% on the moon simulator because if you go back into Mormon religion, there was reports of Joseph Smith seeing a battle in the sky in front of the moon. So if there is a holographic simulator acting as the moon, it very well could be ancient.
Right, absolutely. And oh man, they said I heard recently that these demons or beasts in the sky could have been plasma. If we think about it, right?
They can be. And
Electromagnetic
well, see,
universe.
that's the whole thing with the intent on opening up a portal or trying to
Right, with
use
certain
intent
right.
to raise your vibrational level to get out of this world. Is maybe that's actually what they're trying to focus us on to allow something else to come into this world.
I second that notion.
Because the way out of this world is through death. I mean, that's just the way it is.
That is the way it is. I agree with that full-heartedly.
Right. And it's appointed to every man to die once, right?
Exactly.
And one of the things that these transhumanists and and really the elites are desperate to do is to cheat death.
Yes, and they're not going to be
So
able to
wrong.
do it through technology. It'll never happen. So in their own manipulated teachings.
Right. So, and then of course you guys all know we have this huge project going right now, and I've got literally, I'm going to say thousands of pictures right now. I didn't know what I started, but I love it. I'll get through every one of them. I asked people to get up this morning and take pictures of the sun if they could, because what we were looking for was what I saw with my naked eye yesterday, which was this. I saw that. I saw it in the sky.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that would be key for backing it up, is people being able to see it with their own eyes.
It's to that point, but that's why, if a lot of people, if you notice that you have a lot of chemtrails in your sky right now,
every day, but sometimes it's more intense than others. Do you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. On patterns. They do it 3 days in a row over here, and then there'll be a complete day with no chemtrailing at all, and then the next day start back up again.
All right,
we're in a similar area.
Why are they taking days off? That's what I want to know, is why do they take the days off from chemtrailing?
Because there's nothing there.
Or they're using a different type.
Yeah. What I find very funny is these guys get frantic when I go outside and the sky stays clear. They don't form any clouds. And it's usually on the days when I'm outside paying very close attention to what they're doing. Their system fails.
Oh, of course.
Because of us.
So, Alex, I'm going to go ahead and make you co-host here for a second. I know you had a few things you wanted to pop up for us to discuss.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I could back you up. I could back you up on your where's it at? Here we go. I have a big old mess on my computer, so excuse me.
We all have a big old mess on our computers, man.
Dude, I'm just getting all kinds of photographs back and forth, left and right.
Oh, I just got a notification they canceled my channel. Damn.
What?
You're kidding me.
That's a joke, right, DJ?
No, man, seriously, y'all want to see the text?
Yes, yes, we
kidding
do.
I'm not kidding. They just canceled my channel. Apparently,
How many subs did you have?
531 today.
Oh my gosh! And they already took it down.
Apparently,
Look at this.
They didn't like what I put out this morning. The truth hurts, I guess.
Well, you might
after me next. I really don't give a shit.
Alex.
Wow.
Alex, wait. Go ahead.
You gotta bear with me, man. My computer's running slow right now.
Of course it is.
Never mind.
No, DJ, what was the last video that you put up? I'm curious.
All chemtrails. I mean, I got it on my phone. I can send it to you. You can put it in the video if you want to. But I don't know, it might get you killed.
You know what? They can't kill me until it's time for me to die.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's
I'll
right.
be more than happy to forward this stuff to you. I'm not worried about the YouTube channel. It wasn't, anything great anyway. It was
here, guys, let's.
You can totally make another.
I'm not worried about it.
I'll promote your page, DJ. Don't worry about it, buddy. We'll get you your subs back.
I mean, the way I look at it, if they cancel me, I did something right.
Oh, no, you're over the target. And in fact, I'm going to do one more. WSO, I'm calling on my subscribers right now. We will have a new channel up for DJ.
Absolutely.
The time I put this up, I want every single one of you to subscribe to it. Okay? Because we can't let them do this to us. Guys.
No.
Keep fighting. And DJ, don't give up. You're going to have more subscribers than when you started, brother. I guarantee it.
It's all good. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I'll still put out the truth no matter what.
That's right. We can't stop just because of things like this. We really can't. And I haven't been able to hold back anymore, honestly.
I'm stubborn, man. I mean, you come at me like this, I'm coming back twice as hard. I will make
That's
you.
right.
I don't care.
So anyway, DJ will be having a new channel. So we'll have the link below. And again, I'll work with you, DJ, after we get off the show to make sure I get the right link and everything like that. But see, we can fight them like this, guys. This is the example of why they don't want us together. Oh, I'll just shut DJ down. He's getting too close to the truth. Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Didn't your channel? Yeah, we were just talking about your channel getting shut down, Will. I mean, so Will's channel's been shut down. My channel got shut down in December of 2016. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yep.
Remember that?
No.
Yeah, because I thought it was my fault because of all the damn emergency alert stuff that was going off that day in Virginia Beach that I told you about.
So, Alex,
I should have just sent them to you, Steve, so you could put them up here. I'm having trouble right here.
no, that's okay. That's quite all right. That's quite all right. Let's keep talking
Hey,
about.
don't forget to send in your revenge porn videos to Facebook.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that is happening right now.
Yeah, look at it. They're not letting me get on my thing. They're not letting me get on nothing.
Yeah, you're probably going to be blocked, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I got all kinds of fear. I just gotta get on my messenger. That's where they're at.
Yep.
Well, that's okay because WSO has a bunch of pictures to show.
Roll with it.
My channel's still up right now, hopefully.
Don't start jinxing everybody now.
No, there's no such thing.
I'm getting worried now. I'm about to go check my channel.
You know what they're truly afraid of? They're truly afraid of us coming together in person because in larger groups, the intent that we can put out can literally become reality.
You hit the nail on the head, DJ.
I know.
So anyway, that's what I saw yesterday, guys.
And that's something I wanted to back you up on, too.
And the thing about it was that there was a little orb right in front of it. And it doesn't show on this picture. This is from Alaska. I just wanted to show it to illustrate because it was so cloudy when it happened. Anybody, look.
Wow.
Here's a picture of the sun simulator again in full bloom. Of course, the chemtrailing. Real quick comment. It got so bad in Alaska this week, you guys, that I had subscribers sending me photographs or photographs and videos. Just first of all, they were livid. Like, how dare they chemtrail us like this, right? But look at that, guys. Come on, man. Alex, I have a microphone. So here's an interesting one. I don't know if you could say that's dot on the lenses or not, but we're getting a lot of UFOs.
I see it.
Oh, I've had UFOs.
Oh, I love that. Love UFOs.
Oh my gosh, I saw one the other day. I saw something. Oh my gosh, I called Steve right away. It was insane.
Check this out. During the middle of all this, when I was being paranoid because of what they were telling me to do, I was driving back and forth to talk to a close friend of mine. I had not only a drone following me, but I also had a silver orb UFO following me as well.
Me too. That's what I had. I swear to goodness, I saw something crazy. It was following me like that.
We've got beings that are actually watching our back.
I agree with
Oh,
that.
I know. I believe that, DJ, 100%.
So anyway, let's just take a little segue. I mean, this is a great time for us to talk about this, because if any one of us, like if I get up on a channel and I say, oh my God, I saw a UFO drone and it was over my house, right? You'd say, dude, you are crazy, schizophrenic, right? Now you're having 5 people say it.
Yep.
We've all experienced.
Yep.
Researchers get this all the time because they don't want us talking about it. They want us afraid, right?
Yep.
So again, this is just another example of the deep state techniques. They want to isolate us so that we're not as credible, we're not as believable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
When you're a targeted individual, like I am, like my friends here are, one of the things that they're desperate to do, okay? They're desperate to get people to think that we need to be on medication, okay? And maybe we do. You know, I'm not. It's not about treatment and all that kind of stuff, but they want people to think that we are schizophrenic, man.
Steve, did you see that picture?
Of course.
Hold on, Steve. I'm gonna send you this picture. Put it up real quick. This is funny because this right here, when I was in the middle of all this, they literally had a prescription for a antidepressant sent to my house. Hold on a second. I'm gonna send it to you real quick, Steve.
Email?
Yeah, I can email it or I can message it.
Email it.
How about I just pull it up and put it in front of the camera?
Guys, this is real, man. I mean, check this out.
Seriously, you want me to just put it in front of the camera right now?
Yeah, just put it on the camera. That's a good idea.
Right. Give me a second. Let me pull this up real quick. And pay very close attention to the numbers and tell me this isn't synchronistic.
So just while he's doing that, the background on it is that DJ has never been seen for mental health issues or anything like that. There was no reason for a prescription for antipsychotics to come to him.
No. And I know who it came from too. Same guy that pitched me that damn idea about the reality series.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Now,
it goes deeper.
I want to be really, really careful with this, guys. The reason that we're talking about the psychotropes is not because I believe in mental health. And if you need help because of your mental health, you need to go get help, okay?
Absolutely.
If you're losing it, or if you need, because I was on psychotropes to help me through a really hard period of my life. And had I not had those, I don't know if I would have made it, okay? And there's times where those things help. Okay, I get that, but the way that they're trying to just push it on every man, woman, and child in this country is making me suspicious, guys.
I agree with that. It does seem like it has been a little bit much lately. We have noticed an increase in, trying to medicate, and yet we're fighting this magical, invisible war on drugs. It's just ridiculous. And I agree with Steve. If you need help, if you need mental help, there's no shame in that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely seek help.
Right. Don't be ashamed, because if you're hurting and you're broken and you don't have a way out, here we go.
Right.
Now what we're talking about, something different. DJ never sought help. Okay, go ahead, DJ.
You got this.
Yeah. Just point it up and down a little bit so that the reflections are on it. Okay, there you go. So what was the medication?
Lexapro. And they didn't even pay for it. How fucked up is that? But check it out. The drawer number was 6661.
Guys,
oh man.
Right there.
Guys, come on. WSO Network, guys, listen to me. And we're not trying to scare you guys. We're trying to make you aware that when you decide to step out, they're going to do things to try to make you feel like you're crazy.
It's so true.
The last name is what gave it away. The last name was Jacob the liar.
Jacob the liar. Damn it. Yes, you're right. He's the one that tried to steal the birthright.
Yep.
From his brother.
Yep.
Oh my God, you guys, this is just crazy stuff. But anyway, we want to make you aware of this stuff, that this real. And these are the kinds of things that really underscore the truth of it. I don't know if you guys ever heard of a guy named Bill Cooper.
Yep. William Cooper. Yep.
And guys, if you haven't. If you've ever never checked out Bill Cooper, you need to check out Bill Cooper, man. He okay. So,
he was a patriot.
Right? He was a true patriot, a true truther. He did awesome research. He has got a ton of stuff out there on YouTube. You just got to go check it out. He was the one that on the day of 9/11 called it.
Yep.
He called it. Okay? In other words, he said, this is going to be a false flag. It's going to be blamed on Osama bin Laden. Do not believe them. That's what got him killed.
Do you remember the guy that came on the
Wow.
news in the Harley shirt that said, well, you know what happened? The flames heated up the floors and they just collapsed one on top of another, which is the official narrative they went with later on. He was a CIA plant.
Who was that, DJ?
He's a guy on the news. It's on the videos. The guy in the Harley shirt out there talking to the news after 9/11 saying that, you know, the reason they collapsed was because of the heat, you know, stressing the cross members and the floors collapsing. You can watch the videos of the buildings collapsing. You can literally see
That was a timed explosion.
in midair.
Yeah, I think one of the things that, you know, that the truth community in general, and we're just a part of it, right? PX research is just we're just one piece of the puzzle. It happens to be the granddaddy conspiracy, okay?
Right.
It's the one that is defining everything because all their actions are based on the approach of the system, in my opinion, because they want to take maximum advantage of the destruction. That's why they're not telling anybody about it.
Yep.
They always say, don't let a good disaster go to waste, right?
Yep.
But not just that, but there's been instances where buildings have burnt for over 36 hours with a frame like those of the Twin Towers. So don't just tell me these collapsed in on themselves. It is just one section of the truther community. I agree with that. Absolutely. There's so much to it, guys.
So anyway, just so that in case you're not familiar with the 9/11 conspiracy, and I'm pretty sure most of my audience is, but just to kind of back up, I mean, go research it because I'll tell you something, man. It will change the way you look at your government. It will change the way that you look at the way things work in this world. That was a military industrial complex strike. And the whole idea was it was a false flag, okay, all designed to get us to go to war in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. That's what it was.
You got it.
Bottom line. Look at this, guys. You see this?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
I'm seeing more than one.
Yeah, well, so there's two things. Let's talk about these orbs for a second, right? The orbs that we're seeing in the sky are not all planets, first of all. Let's just start with that, okay?
Right, absolutely.
Okay, so some of them are, well, okay, this is where I'm going to get into speculation. This is where I'd like my group here to kind of weigh in. I'll tell you what my theories are, and you guys tell me your theories. My theory is that there's 3 or 4 different things it could be. One, a planet. And I will know it's a planet because it will move. Okay? In other words, I will see planetary dynamic motion with the object.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, it's a spacecraft under intelligent control.
Yeah.
Now, if you think I'm really whacked out right now, that's fine. I don't care anymore. But go listen to David Wilcox and Corey Good talk about the sphere alliances and
I love Wilcox and Corey Good. I love those guys.
I mean, the moon, even NASA admits it was hollow.
That's so true. That is so true. And they play that up on movies and even in children's shows that the moon is hollow.
Ganymede,
no joke.
Ganymede, the Death Star, all that stuff playing in the movies. The orbitals of Saturn and Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
There are stories that have leaked out of them being hollow and built for a race of large beings.
To dump them off.
For a while now.
To dump them off.
Right.
And then to get rid of them from a different area, they brought it here. They dumped them off, and here we go. There it is.
It's funny if you look at Star Wars, the original trilogy, and look who actually provided a lot of the financing for it. It was a Mormon church.
Oh my gosh, I went into the Mormon religion for quite a while, so I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I went for a couple of years, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was born in it.
Let's see what else we can find here. This one, let's see. So again, the pictures have been pouring in the last couple of days of the large objects and shadows to the left of the sun. We have a lot of moon shots right now. And what we're seeing in the moon at nighttime is freaking me out a little bit, guys. Let me go to that for a second. Remember that video I did with the where I just put the music on it because I just didn't know what to say, guys. I had nothing to add. Nothing.
I believe the video was called "Bad Moon Rising."
Yeah, I wanted to use the song because go listen to the song "Bad Mood Rising" sometime. In fact, somebody pull up the lyrics right now if you guys got a minute while I'm doing this. Pull up the lyrics to that song for me, would you?
Is it the "Don't Go Around Tonight" song?
Yeah. Don't go out tonight. It's take your life.
There's a bad moon on the rise. I love that song.
Oh, it's amazing once you wake up how many songs directly speak to you.
And movies.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Songs, movies, music videos now, you're just like, oh my gosh.
And it's all part of the plan.
And when you look at it, even from like the 80s or the 70s, oh.
Take a look at Journey's covers. They have the blue and red planet.
I hope you have got your things together. I hope that you're not. Wait, I can't read it all.
Yeah.
David, just read the
you read it.
Song real quick.
It says, "I see a bad mood rising. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. I hear a hurricane blowing. I know the end is coming soon. I fear rivers overflowing. I hear a voice rage and ruin. Don't go around tonight. It's bad to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. I hope your things together. I hope you're quite prepared to die.
Right, yeah.
Looks like we're in for nasty weather. One eye is taken for an eye.
One eye is taken for an eye.
So don't go around the night. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. There's a bad moon on the rise."
Wow, that is deep.
Go back to REM, The End of the World as We Know It.
Oh, I love REM. That was my very first cassette tape.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that too.
I know, isn't it weird?
It all speaks to us. So does you too. The lyrics to their songs.
Sunday,
Where the streets have
right.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna institute ground rules. DJ, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just saying, all the music that I liked as a kid all pertains to me and my line, what I need to do, what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm assuming it's that way for everybody that's awake like this.
Mm-hmm.
And don't even go down David Bowie land with me because I actually bought the master cut of that album, and guys, if you listen to that album, it will blow your freaking mind, man.
Oh yeah.
He talks about the dark star coming, man. Mm-hmm. He talks about it's going. I mean, there's so much information in those videos and stuff. Go check out David Bowie's last work, you guys. Comments?
They're all signs that we need to follow.
You even think maybe there's a reason he died after putting that out?
I don't think he's dead.
I don't think he is either. I think he wanted to escape, though, before anything happened.
Took him out of the public eye, though.
Right.
All right, let's look at some more Bad Moon. So anyway, these are the kinds of pictures that get to me, man. It's like, so I'm going to pull this one up so you can see it better. Give me a second here. Now, tell me what you guys see here.
An illuminated body.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I had a major channel, who I will not mention, try to tell me the last time I tried to look at this stuff that we were trying to punk the public with it. And why would they do that, right? Why would that be important to punk me or punk a photograph that I have, guys? What do you think?
Credibility, dude. Credibility.
I second that.
Like you're crazy.
Right. They want us to feel like we're crazy. Cray.
Oh, I already told you, I'm nuts.
All right.
Certifiably.
Maybe that's what we all have in common. But anyway.
Oh, there you go.
So this is where I come from when I say that I think that we might be looking at, when we look at the moon, that we might be looking at a simulator. I know it's controversial, but whenever you see this big circle around the sun or the moon, it absolutely gives away a prism.
Yeah, may I comment on that?
Go ahead, please.
I just find it strange. I agree with you. How long have we had these circles? How long have we had these? You know what I mean? It just seems so recent to me.
Everybody okay? I can't see you right now.
I'm still here, unfortunately.
Ah! No, unfortunately. Here's, I want to show you guys this one. We've been seeing a lot of these Birkeland lines in the sky lately. Have you guys been seeing these in your photographs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, Steve, what's a Birkeland line? Whenever there is a huge amount of energy, electromagnetic energy, what will happen is the current will actually twist around itself in an inducted field and create this Birkeland current effect.
Just like DNA.
Just like DNA, brother.
Wow, good call, DJ.
That just proves that we're not only are we an electromagnetic universe, we're electromagnetic beings.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. That's so true.
Rarefied form of energy.
Are you guys having fun with this?
Oh, yeah.
This one here, these are the ones that I think are interesting, okay? Whenever I see these like rods,
Well, see
now, that takes my mind back to 1561, actually.
Yeah, further back than that, actually. You go back to Moses, and what were they led by? A pillar of fire by night and a pillar of smoke by day?
I always thought that was a volcano.
More likely a UFO.
No, actually, this thing led them around in the wilderness, and and John is correct. That's the story of the wilderness experience of the children of Israel when they had escaped from Egypt. They were led by literally some supernatural or technological power. Okay.
Well, look back. I mean, even especially, well, I know Mormons because I grew up with them. But you talk about Joseph Smith. Sounds like he was given an iPhone. Just saying.
Again, and this is what happens when you start to really, guys, when you really start to really probe into this stuff, is you start to see that honestly, you know what, it's just like Bill Cooper. Out of all my, I'll just echo what he said, William Cooper. As I learn more and more and more, the more I know and come to believe that everything we've ever been taught is a lie.
Yep. Called indoctrination for a reason, because they have their own doctrine.
That's right. And in order to break through with it, you actually have to press through and shut down your cognitive dissonance, which is so hard, right?
Oh yeah, ego has to die, and it's a terrible thing.
It is so horrible because it means that everything that you've ever relied upon in your life, everything that you've ever believed, everything about everything is like now suspect. And so when you start to when you start to actually allow yourself to see what's really going on, it's traumatic.
Oh, when I go back and read the Bible or even look at it, it holds completely different meaning for me at this point.
That one, doesn't it?
Yep.
Me too.
Hey, Steve.
Yo, go ahead, Will.
I just want to know if any of you guys have been seeing this blue beam in the southern skies at night that's been projecting on the clouds. I've witnessed it for the last week, probably 3 out of the 5 days through Monday and Friday. And I only see it when they're chemtrailing or if there's clouds out. I don't see the blue beam projecting on the clouds if there's no clouds.
Think about what you're saying, man. Project Blue Beam.
Well, I'm seeing a blue beam every night in the skies to the south. Almost every night now.
Yeah.
We have the same skies, and
Blue
I'm
Beam.
going to second that.
And it's just, it looks like a hologram on the clouds. It's completely mind-blowing.
Exactly.
So actually, John and I were talking the other night. John, I don't know if you remember our conversation. We were just chatting. John and I talk or DJ and I talk all the time. And you know, I talk to all these guys. Will and I have just made up, and because they tried to split us up, and we're not going to let that happen, right, Will?
That's absolutely not going to happen, Steve.
And so, but we'll be talking too on the phone, right? And I walked outside. Do you remember that one night when I said, "Oh my God, there's two perfect pillars in the northern sky"? You remember when I told you that?
Yep.
Yes.
I do believe that they're projecting.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So
I seen it.
Go ahead.
should we consider that? I know this is going to sound super loopy and super cray-cray, but honestly, I worry if they can control day and night sometimes. I worry if, like, you know what I mean? Because if we can have a holographic sky, then what else can they do?
But what does it talk about in the Bible?
You tell me.
It talks about the sun rising back into the day to give Joshua extra time to finish the battle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or what about the 3 hours of darkness when Jesus was crucified?
Correct.
What about, okay, let's go back to Nineveh.
The 3 days of darkness during Moses, or during the.
Yeah. So, and by the way, I'm going to have this guy on. I'm not going to mention who it is, in protection of his identity. He's an expert in Nostradamus quatrains.
Oh, I love that.
Me too. It's
And-
hard though because they can have so many different meanings.
Yes,
Right.
they can.
And actually, the most famous guy, the guy that you'll see on the History Channel and all that kind of stuff, again, I won't mention his name. You just go find it, figure it out for yourself, and do your own research. And that's one of the things that all of us will encourage you to do. Don't listen to me.
Absolutely.
Don't listen to me, man. I'm just pointing. And Alex is pointing, and DJ is pointing, and Daisy, we're just pointing. It's up to you to confirm if it's real or not.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
real.
So anyway, in the quatrains, it's what you'll notice in all the public discussions about the quatrains, the most critical, fundamental, interesting, important part of the quatrains is the arrival of Planet X.
Yeah.
Right.
And in fact, there is so much information in the quatrains about the arrival of Planet X that you can actually time it. You can actually chronologically time when it's going to come based on those quatrains.
Wow.
That is something definitely to consider. That's amazing.
And the only reason I mention this in passing right now is because last night this individual proved it to me. And I had, you know, and you guys know me, I cry a lot. I'm just a ball baby, freaking ball baby.
Real men cry, Steve. Real men cry. Don't worry about it.
We're emotional. It's all right.
That's why I talk about it.
I cry too. Believe it or not, Steve, I cry too.
That I have a hard time believing.
Oh, it happens.
I think it would be like a single tear and then he sucks it back up.
Ah,
Just saying. But
No.
can we also consider that Nostradamus did a lot of, what was it? He used a black mirror or what, something to channel in a way, right?
Right.
To get this information. And it makes me think of Tesla too, because he had to set it up to a certain frequency to be able to receive such messages. And I know this sounds loopy, but this is the truth, guys. This is how it happened. And I was wondering, how does he do that? You know, how did he do that back in the day? How did he figure that out? What a genius.
That's a good point.
Well, like Tesla, right? And I'll talk, you know, and again, you guys, we're mentioning a lot of names that if you've never researched Tesla, you need to go research Tesla, okay?
He's very important.
Very critically important. In fact, everything that we're using right now electronically is
Mhm.
And you'll go, whoa, what about Edison? What about those guys? They ripped him off. They stole from him. They destroyed the man. He was a pauper at the end of his life.
He was an apprentice to Edison, if you will. And then Edison absolutely did take over his work, and it breaks my heart because he has such possibility if we could have had more Tesla. And
Edison promised Tesla $50,000 for fixing an invention, and then reneged on the deal.
Well, I believe that Edison was Tesla's handler.
Probably.
Definitely.
And then they had to come out with, you know, people like Einstein and all these other people to throw out their theories that are still just theories. They're called theories for a reason.
We'll go back to the craziness where Trump's uncle got all Tesla's papers, and then go back.
Yes, that connection. Yes,
the adventures of Baron Trump in like 1895. Don't tell me there wasn't some manipulation there.
Well, now we're getting into even some more interesting stuff, right? So okay, guys, let's back up a step to help our audience understand what we're talking about. So it's been said, and many people believe, and there's a lot of evidence that points to this, that we've been time traveling since 1964 in the United States.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I believe that.
They've been controlling the weather since 1950. It's no doubt that they can be able to do these things.
Andrew Basiago talks about going back to Gettysburg.
Again,
to take pictures, right?
Let me quote. I can't remember who said this, but it comes up in my emails all the time. It's like, the more you research the truth, the more you're going to look crazy to those people that are ignorant.
Yeah, because the rabbit hole is long and twisted, kind of like the human gut.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, it poops you out.
All right. Let's
yes, sir.
Prompt some more conversation here. This one got me. Really got. Oh man, this one got me.
That's a beautiful pic.
Oh, I love
it. It is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of camera are we using? Is this?
Is that a webcam?
This is actually somebody taking a photograph with their own camera.
Okay,
wow.
Just curious.
So this is what this brings up to my mind. When the system is slipping and they don't cover everything up properly, what happens is I believe that we see like the real moon and then the projected moon. That's my theory anyway. What do you guys think?
I buy it.
Well, I used some of your
I agree with that as well, because there's been times where we really do have some insane skies here in New York, guys. We really do. And, you know, the videos I make, they're no joke. I don't touch up my photos at all. You know, this is really what our skies look like. It's insane. And
I see the same skies you do, Daisy. The same exact skies. So
I know, you and I both.
They are crazy.
Sorry, I'm not sure how correct that was, that little message I got about taking down my channel, because all the footage on my channel is mine.
One of my mom's house.
That's so strange.
Yeah, DJ never. Most of what DJ will do is he just takes pictures himself and then talks and then tries to work through it mentally. You know, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my inner dialogue or monologue won't shut the hell up.
How could that
feel you?
What was the reason that they gave you for the script?
I don't know. I don't even know if that was a true statement or not. It may just be somebody that was mad because they got found out. I don't know.
Interesting.
Because I can still access my channel. I would imagine if that was the case, I couldn't access my channel. So that may be a misdirect.
Are you able to access your channel right now, DJ?
Yeah, I can get on it through my phone. So, I mean, as far as I know, it's still up.
So everybody make sure to get over there and support him. And still, you know, please subscribe to his channel, as Steve would have said anyways. You know what I mean? For those of you who listen to us or WSO or
I'm
Alex.
gonna follow Richie along that one. Subscribe or don't. It doesn't matter. It's
right, exactly.
Bottom line is, if we don't look out for one another, nobody else is gonna. So.
And you know what? I love Richie from Boston. I don't even care.
It's still up, man.
Yeah.
There's nobody on this earth that Richie punks more than me.
Hey,
Seriously,
man.
He comes right out and says, "You're a fraud." And the reason that he says I'm a fraud because he doesn't believe I was in the military.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. My brother did the NSA for a number of years.
So here's the deal. This is exactly what they tried to do to me and Will. They did it to me and Richie. Richie and I started working together. Okay.
Right. You start getting close and then they try and break you apart.
That's right. I, and Nicholson, 1968, I think, we were actually on a show together. We started to because I was going to give him some answers as to why because he's a big chemtrail researcher, right?
Huge, yes.
So what did they do? They bombed him with, "You can't believe Olson. He's a fraud. He's a scam. Look at it. That wasn't even in the military, blah, 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 blah," right? Well, Richie was in the military, and he's very proud of his military service. So if anybody ever lies about being in the military, that would offend him to no end, okay? They did that on purpose so that we would not work together.
Mm-hmm. I don't doubt that at all.
He also was pissed off at me because I actually gave credence to Daniel, the Nephilim, the Anunnaki. And when I did interviews with an Anunnaki Nephilim, I don't know if you guys remember that series I did.
I did. I never got to see the last part of it, man. You put it on WSO Live, and I didn't see it.
Well, I'll get, if again, everybody here is absolutely on WSO Live. I'll get you guys your credentials and stuff. I need you guys to be on WSO Live before they shut my YouTube channel down, so I have access to your stuff.
Gotcha.
But Daniel and I mean, Daniel went through before, because I asked the same questions that Richie asked. I said, I think you're full of crap. I don't think you were in the military. He showed me his DD-214. He showed me his veterans medical records. He actually had a VA nurse in the room one day with him, and I asked her, are you a VA nurse? Yes, I am. Okay.
They did the same thing with Bob Lazar.
Go ahead, DJ. Talk about that.
Bob Lazar came out about all the stuff that was going on at Area 51 and S4, and they wiped his record clean. And the reason we know that he served was because he had his W-2 from Los Alamos.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how they can just wipe whatever they want.
The Navy, Naval Intelligence.
And after seeing all of the, by the way, Daniel showed me documents. He actually showed me the manual that they gave him for handling EBEs.
Mm-hmm.
Which are extraterrestrial bodies or whatever, biological
entities, yeah.
He showed me the manual that he spirited away that actually had all the details in how to handle a crash site, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So he proved his credibility to me. And but he told me, he said, Steve, you know, they've been wiping out my records. I had a hard time getting into the VA where he had moved at that time because he had to go up and he had to reprove that he was in the military to the military.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's surprising.
Speaking of Veterans Day, Daniel, if you're listening, we love you, brother. That guy loves Jesus. And you know, that's the other thing, man. Oh, check this one out, man. This is like a shock.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's why we should consider.
With the light trailing off of that, it almost looks like it's nothing but a projection.
Exactly.
Is this?
And you know what?
You know,
if they are projections, then are the stars projections?
I don't know, but I can literally tell you that Sirius has bowed before me and answered my questions. The star. That's impossible if it's 60 light years away or whatever. It's impossible.
Right.
We'll shelve that for a minute, but because I want to mention Bruce Sees All, the new.
I was gonna say him too. Sorry.
He does a lot of good work.
He's great.
Let me tell you guys something about our last show that we did, and I spent a lot of time talking to this guy. I just love him. His energy is so positive. But anyway, you know, when the biggest thing that's happening with Bruce Sees All, who's using sophisticated space photography, telescopes, image manipulation techniques, I don't believe this. I've been struck skeptical about anything I've ever heard about the distances of the stars from our planet.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. After watching his videos, I 110% agree with you. He does an amazing job at breaking them down and explaining things and showing it. It's awesome.
And clearly, he wouldn't have been shut down if he hadn't been over the target.
And they really hate Bruce. I mean, out of all the kind of the new researchers that I brought on, Bruce gets the most. I mean, I've actually had, okay, speaking of operatives, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had, in his YouTube address, when I first met him, he put in there something like Jinky Jink 666 or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in his YouTube address. And I posted up his video, and when the first thing I posted up his channel and everything like that, and I had at least 4 operatives come to me and say, he works for Lucifer, right? And then when you talk to Bruce, it's like, no, I did that because he was flipping off 666. He's saying, I'm against you 666, right? So he changed it, but still, see how they work?
Okay, you're a winner.
Can you see how they work, man? All right, let's check this one, man.
Yes.
I will never stop working with Bruce. Here, so check this one out, man.
Wow.
What in the hell is that?
It's like a cake.
Is it a spacecraft?
I have no idea.
It's like one.
And I want to tell you, these are all the. Remember that one day I said everybody go out and shoot the moon. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This is the kind of material you get when you work together.
Hey, let me see those videos I took of the moon the other night and see if you can upgrade them and maybe enlarge them a little bit and really bring out the detail.
Now these from
DJ, you see the live feed I did the other night with the moon?
Yeah.
There was a clear 2 moons on my live feed. And it was the biggest moon I've ever seen rising in my life. And coming back on the camera, there was 2 moons, and all my subscribers seen it. Clear as day.
It was huge. I think I saw what you're talking about. I'm just saying, like we said, we're in the same area.
And it came up further north than it's ever came up before.
I second that. It was in the wrong place, and it was gigantic.
Yes.
Like, I'm not even talking like regular moon, guys. I'm talking like it was huge.
Gigantic.
It felt like the movie Melancholia or whatever.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. You hit it right in the head with that.
Yeah. And again, they can't chemtrail the whole world at one time.
Right.
And that's why we need to work together. I mean, I keep emphasizing, I think that's really the theme of today's show, right?
Yeah.
Right. Coming together and doing this. Absolutely.
And no matter what.
They keep trying to drag us back down and make us get mired down in the mundane BS of the world.
Right.
And, I mean, I've sold everything I can at this point just to keep my head above water, and it's still not going to shut me up.
And let's see. I'm just going to pick a couple other choices. I think we've done a great job covering the stuff today. And again, I want to say, China, we love you, honey. Please call me.
Yes, we do.
I sent you my phone number. Let us know where you're at so we can send you flowers or whatever, and just tell you that we love you. We're going to have you back on the show. You have no worries, honey. We're going to have you back on the show when you're healthy, okay?
We're still just as excited as she is, and I know she was super pumped about being here today.
She's the one who wanted me to be here so bad.
We have got to get Casey from Enter the Stars on, man. That boy is blessed.
Oh, gosh.
And Jeff P.
Since I started, we're going to have Jeff P on too. I don't feel like I have to promote Jeff P as much, you guys. And it's not that he and I are great friends. We love each other.
To promote it.
He does just fine. I know that.
Well, Casey, they took his regular channel and he's rebuilding now. But he's Enter the Stars Reloaded. You guys should really check out his stuff. He is awesome. He breaks down the word like nobody else.
And then we'll just kind of end up with this picture, you guys. And again, back to the what's happening with the moon. So whenever there's a full moon or very bright moon, it's a good time to go out. And very rarely will you see this with your eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, guys, this is really important for you to understand this with digital photography, okay? The reason that we can see it with a camera, but you can't see it with your eyes, is because digital cameras reach a little bit into the IR and a little bit into the UV where our eyes cannot see.
They used to reach a lot more into the IR until Bush set the standards lower so we couldn't see as much.
Is that right? I never heard that before, DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But they're seeing enough just fine. I'm just saying they got that Lucifer telescope.
Cameras,
you know that they can see more than we're seeing.
Cameras have been degraded, so they do not pick up as much IR.
But they still do. So it's important to, like he said, absolutely, guys, take pictures. Even if it's a normal day, take pictures. It's important for us to log what we're seeing. You know what I mean? That's why I love making the videos, because then you can go back to this date, see what the sky looked like at that time, and then collab or whatever, you know.
Yeah, my problem is I go back and look at them, what the hell was I saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think Daisy brings a great point up, and that's why we want everybody to go to Jeff P's site and check out his most recent video. He actually was then able to take that data from way back, and then he was able to piece it together with ISS photographs and other things. And he and another researcher did the research. Guys, you got to go watch that video, man. It will blow your mind, okay?
Yep.
So anyway, go ahead, guys. So here's what I'd like to do. Let's go around the table and you guys give me your final thoughts, and we'll just conclude today. I want to thank you guys for coming on the show again this weekend. We're going to continue to grow this format. We may even start a channel that just does this.
Cool.
So let's start with you, Alex. What are your final thoughts and words that you'd like to say to the WSO community?
Just number one, stick together. Go out there, take photographs, do what we're doing, and you guys will see that exactly with us. All these objects are out there. Like we're saying, some of them might not be objects. They may be orbs. They may be spaceships. Who knows what we're seeing nowadays? And to let Daisy know too, we do have a space simulator out there. I have patents for that. I believe that we are seeing some types of space, so we don't have to see everything out there. But everybody just stick together, love each other, and come together. So that's all I want to say, because we're going to be here for one another. That's all we're here for.
DJ, you're next.
I would just say that regardless of background, regardless of what you think of an individual person, you don't have to like me. That's fine. Take the information in the spirit that it's offered. It's offered in the spirit of truth. Take from it what you will. And other than that, I don't need any BS commentary.
Daisy?
I mean, I second the emotion, and I can't thank you enough for doing this, Steve. It's amazing. Bringing us all together, like, you really are a torch in this community. And it's so important to get us together, and it's been so much fun. And I know that, our subscribers and the viewers, they love it. They want to see that, They want to see us coming together and really taking action instead of just saying, it's time to take action and bust this thing wide open and move along together. I think, we have all helped each other and pulled each other up, and we're getting to the next step. And it's such a beautiful thing, and nobody is alone. And I know that this is like a stressful topic. These are, conspiracy is such a scary, dirty word, but it's like, just please do some research on your own, and realize that we're not as crazy as it may sound at times. And when you do go through the motions and emotions of this, we'll be right here for you and there to help you. You can check any of our channels out, email any of us, and it's all in the spirit of love and positivity. And that's all I've got to say.
And of course, our special guest today, Will, Nibiru freedom fighter. Awesome. You are a fighter, by the way, and you've got a heart of a lion, brother. What are your final thoughts?
Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. I just want to thank you for having me on the show today. It was a pleasure. I just want to, basically tell everybody that, they're going to go through any lengths that they can go through to get us not to talk to each other, to not group up like this. They're going to go as far as seeing who your subscribers are, and they're going to message every single one of your subscribers, and they're going to try to get them to unsubscribe from you. They're going to tell them lies. They're going to tell them anything they want to hear. But I just want to tell the people out there not to listen, because they're just scare tactics. They never go through with anything that they tell you they're going to do. They are just trying to scare you, because they don't want us coming together like how we are coming together. And another thing I wanted to say is, Daisy, I want to apologize to you for that video I put out there. A part of it was just jealousy on my part. Why does she get a spotlight and I don't? And I was mad at the time, and people know me. When I'm mad, I tend to say things that I don't mean and put videos out there that I don't mean. So I just want to apologize to you, Daisy.
That's really big of you, and I really appreciate it. And once I saw that you were on today, I am one of, honestly, the most forgiving people, so you really don't have to worry about it. I've had so much silly things said about me in my life that it just washes off my back. But I understand when you get to that, if there's that boiling point or that anger point, and I just know that it's totally okay, and we're absolutely good, and I would love to work with you.
Okay, same goes for me. Thank you for accepting my apology.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on, Steve.
Hey, my pleasure, Will. And here's the thing, guys. What you just saw is something that we all need to do. If you've harmed somebody because somebody told you a lie and you went with it and you got convicted just now by what you just saw, I want you to call that person up and apologize to them.
Yeah, because we're only judged by what we take with us to the other side. That's it.
Right.
We have to deal with our karma.
Yeah, and I want to end on the note of forgiveness, okay? Because you see how Daisy just forgave him. Will and I forgave each other.
Yeah.
Correct. We did.
We did. And
I love you, Steve. I love you like a brother.
I love you like a brother. And here's the thing, guys. The most powerful weapon that we have, I think, other than love, is forgiveness.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining me, you guys. Until next week,
See you guys later.
You guys have a great day.